Today's topic is appendix. So, coming to the anatomy, a blind muscular tube with mucosal and submucosal, muscular and serosal layers. At birth, appendix is short, broad, at its junction with the cecum. But differential diagnosis, but differential growth of the cecum, typical tubular structure by about the age of 2 years. During the childhood, continued growth of cecum commonly rotates the appendix into retrocecal but intraperitoneal position. Position of the base of the appendix is constant, being found at the confluence of the three tinea coli of the cecum. This is a tinea coli, this is a muscle, which is a pathognomic sign for to find the appendix, which fuse to form the outer longitudinal muscular coat of the appendix. So various positions, there is retrocecal, that's maximum, that is 74%, pre-ileal is 1%, post-ileal 0.5, pelvic is 21%, subcecal 1.5%, paracecal is 2%. So retrocecal is 74%. Mesentery of appendix or mesoappendix arises from lower surface of the mesentery or the terminal ileum and itself subject to great variation. Vascularity, appendicular artery, a branch of lower division of ileocholic artery, passes behind the terminal ileum to enter the mesoappendix, a short distance from the appendix, base of the appendix. There might be one more branch for the appendix, the arterial branch. It's called the branch of Seshachalam. So, what is appendicitis? Inflammation of the vermiform appendix. Etiology, no particular hypothesis. Decreased dietary fiber, increased consumption of refined carbohydrates may be the cause. Obstruction of the appendic lumen, this is mainly the reason. It might be a fecolith. Fecolith is composed of insipid fecal matter, calcium phosphates, bacteria, epithelial debris, rarely a foreign body. Sometimes a tumor, carcinoma of cecum, interstitial parasites like Oxyris, Enterobius vermicularis, that's the pinworm. So, what is the pathophysiology? The fecolith or appendicolith, lymphoid hyperplasia, incompletely digested food residue, intraluminal scarring, tumors, pathogens, viruses, bacteria, and other disease. So that's the obstruction of the appendiceal lumen, which causes increase in bacterial overgrowth, which causes inflammation. And then there will be luminal distension, which increases intraluminal pressure. So this loss of function, pain, swelling, heat, and redness as rubor, color, and dolor. So this gangrenous appendicitis, 50% with fecoliths. Patients with symptoms for more than 48 signs and symptoms for more than 40 years are likely to perforate. There's a higher increase in children. Perforation rate is 82% for less than 5 years, 100% for infants. So, what is the causes of perforation? So, because of this, there's inhibition of lymphatic blood flow. So, there's vascular thrombosis, ischemic necrosis. The leak contains the omentum and surrounding tissue complication. There's abscess formation, there's suppurative thrombosis, small bowel obstruction, and peritonitis. Escalating the diffuse abdominal pain with rapid development of toxicity, evidenced by dehydration, signs of sepsis, including hypotension, oliguria, acidosis, high-grade fever, and rarely acute renal failure. So, risk factors for perforation of the appendix: extremes of age, immunosuppression, diabetes, fecolith obstruction, pelvic appendix, previous abdominal surgery. So, what is the clinical manifestation? Symptoms: periumbilical colic, pain shifts to right iliac fossa, anorexia, nausea. Signs: pyrexia, as fever, localized tenderness, right iliac fossa, muscle guarding, rebound tenderness. When the signs to elicit is the pointing sign, patient is asked to point where the pain began and where it moved. Then there's rousing sign. Deep palpation of the left iliac fossa may cause pain in the right iliac fossa. Psoas sign. Patient will lie with the right hip flexed for pain relief. Obturator, the hips flexed and internally rotated. If an inflamed appendix is in contact with the obturator internus, the maneuver will cause pain in the hypogastrium. So that's the McBurney's point, that's where the pain is. Initial discomfort is the periumbilical region. Cecal ileus is mobily seen. Localized tenderness and guarding. Rousing sign is the deep palpation on left iliac fossa. The pain is seen in the right iliac fossa. Obturator sign, this is how you elicit. And the Psoas sign. So, special features based on the appendix locations. Retrocecal, there is usually a silent appendix. Rigidity is often absent, but deep pressure fail to elicit tenderness. Deep tenderness is often present in the loin. Pelvic early diarrhea results from an inflamed appendix being in contact with the rectum. Complete absence of abdominal rigidity, lacking tenderness or McBurney's point. Deep tenderness, symphysis pubis on the right side, can be elicited on per rectal examination. Spasm of the psoas or obturator internus muscle. Contact with bladder increases frequency of micturition, mostly in children. This is pelvic. Coming to the post-ileal, the inflamed appendix lies behind the terminalium. Pain may not shift. Diarrhea is a feature. Marked retching spasm which causes vomiting may occur. Tenderness, if any, ill-defined, immediately to the right of the umbilicus. So what can we do with the differential diagnosis? In children we can give gastroenteritis, mesenteric adenitis, Meckel's diverticulitis, intussusception, inunction purpura, lobar pneumonia. Adult regional enteritis, terminal ileitis, ureteric colic. That's the most common cause of differential diagnosis in adults. Right ureteric colic features with similar complaints. Pyelonephritis, perforated peptic ulcer, torsion of testes, pancreatitis, rectus sheath hematoma. Especially in adult female, middle tremors, pelvic inflammation, PID, ectopic pregnancy, torsion, rupture of ovarian cyst, endometriosis. In elderly, there is diverticulitis, intestinal obstruction, colonic carcinoma, torsion of appendix epiploicae, mesenteric infection, leaking aortic aneurysm, very rarely. So, what are the investigations we do? So, investigations is pre-operative investigations, routine full blood count, urine analysis, pregnancy test, this urea electrolytes, supine abdominal radiograph, ultrasound of abdominal pelvis, contraction and CT of the abdomen rarely. So there's a scoring system. So diagnostics is essentially clinical. However, decision to operate based on clinical suspicion only can lead to the removal of normal appendix. A number of clinical laboratory based scoring systems have been devised, but the most widely used is Alvarado score. So Alvarado score, we can do it with Mantrils, M for migratory right iliac fossa pain, anorexia, nausea, vomiting. We score one each. If there is tenderness signs, you come to signs, tenderness that is 2, rebound tenderness 1, elevate temperature 1. In laboratory, that is leukocytosis increased in WBC count, shift to the left, segmented neutrophils, as the neutrophil count is more. Lesser than 5 is again strongly diagnosis of appendicitis, 7 or more is strongly predictive of acute appendicitis. In patients with equal score of 5 or 6, abdominal USG or contraction and CT is used to further reduce the rate of negative appendicectomy.